Hi, I'm Chris Wardlaw for CarGurus, and this is the Miata of SUVs, the 2019 Mazda CX-3. Now, why do I call it that? Well, it's tiny and impractical with comfortable seating for just 2 people. It has a small trunk, and it's clearly designed for use on pavement. Plus, it could use more power, something along the lines of what Mazda is giving the Miata for 2019. At the same time, though, it looks terrific and it's a joy to drive, putting a smile on your face whether you're commuting, running errands, or just heading out for a drive just because. And it has a sunroof to let the outside in. Let's go for a drive and I'll fill you in on all the details. Mazda offers the CX-3 in 3 trim levels. You've got the Sport, you've got the Touring, and you've got the Grand Touring. Prices start at $20,390, and they range up to $27,145, plus a destination charge of $995. My test vehicle has Grand Touring trim, extra cost Sol Red crystal paint, door sill trim plates, and a rear bumper guard plate. It also has a premium package with power driver seat adjustment and memory, a heated steering wheel, an automatic dimming rear view mirror, and traffic sign recognition technology. The price tag for this front driver is $28,245, including the destination charge of $995. Now, Mazda gets many things right with its cars and SUVs, and design is one of them. They look like nothing else on the road and in a really good way. Even though the CX-3 is an entry-level SUV, it looks more upscale than many luxury models. For 2019, Mazda updates the CX-3's styling. Changes include a new grille, new LED headlights, new wheels, new LED taillights, more chrome, and this new version of Mazda's now classic Sol Red paint. Inside, the upscale look and feel continues, especially in Grand Touring trim. All CX-3s have a reconfigured center console with added storage, thanks to a new electronic parking brake system with an auto hold function. Redesigned seats aim to improve comfort this year. There's new suede trim on the dashboard and door panels, and Grand Touring versions add full leather upholstery for the first time, complete with classy piping. The updated CX-3 is more comfortable too, up front anyway. With 6-way power adjustment, it's easier for a driver to find a proper driving position behind the steering wheel, and in all but the base Sport trim, a manual front passenger seat height adjuster ensures better leg support and an improved view out. The rear seat is an afterthought. If short adults are riding up front, short adults are probably going to be happy in the back. But with the driver's seat set for my comfort, you can see just how cramped the CX-3's back seat is. And the new center armrest with cup holders really doesn't help. The trunk isn't terribly roomy either. It has a shallow tray under the cargo floor, but all told, the space measures just 9.6 cubic feet in versions with the Bose premium sound system. If you can live without that upgrade, you've got 12.4 cubic feet to work with. Mazda has also upgraded the CX-3's safety technologies for 2019. Standard equipment for all trim levels now includes a blind spot monitoring system with rear cross traffic alert, and for Sport and Touring trim, there are new iActive Sense option packages that add a slew of driving assistance and collision avoidance technologies. So this means that no matter how much money you have to spend, Mazda makes it possible to create the safest CX-3 you can buy. Included in those packages, and standard with the Grand Touring trim, a new adaptive cruise control system offers stop-and-go capability. In fact, I'm not using the pedals at all right now, and the car has slowed to 16 miles per hour on its own. Now the light's green and we are accelerating again. Now that system is paired with a new all-speed forward emergency braking system, lane departure warning, and automatic high beam headlights. Now in federal government crash tests, the CX-3 gets a 5-star overall rating, though in a test that is designed to simulate a lateral slide into a pole on the side here, right by the B pillar, the crash test dummy indicated an elevated potential for thoracic injury. That was the dummy that was sitting in the left rear seat. The Insurance Institute for Highway Safety has not yet rated the CX-3 as we're filming this video, but in 2018, this SUV got top marks across the board except for the headlights. So maybe with these new LED headlights, that score will improve. Now, in addition to sophisticated safety systems, the CX-3's Mazda Connect infotainment system is a real treat. You can operate it using the 7-inch touchscreen, or the European-style controls on the center console, or natural language voice commands. The system responds to input quickly, offers a number of personalization options, and in Grand Touring trim includes navigation and a decent Bose 7-speaker premium sound system. You can even get a cool active driving display in the 2019 CX-3, complete with traffic sign recognition technology. Mazda Connect offers access to various internet radio platforms. It supports audible and verbal text messaging capability, and it includes an E911 automatic emergency notification service. It does not, however, include Apple CarPlay and Android Auto smartphone integration, which is somewhat inexplicable in a 2019 model year vehicle that is clearly aimed at young buyers. Switching gears to driving dynamics, the Mazda CX-3 is enjoyable to drive, especially with new for 2019 noise, vibration, and harshness improvements. Remember, this is an entry-level vehicle based on the company's global Mazda 2 platform, and it weighs just 2,800 pounds to start. There isn't a lot of sound deadening in here, and it's got a rear torsion beam suspension, yet it does come across as something more than basic. The 2-liter 4-cylinder engine is retuned for 2019, and it makes a little more power. Output measures 148 horsepower and 146 pound-feet of torque, and Mazda says that more of the torque is available across a broader portion of the rev range. A 6-speed automatic transmission is standard, and it powers the front wheels. All CX-3s have sport and manual driving modes, and Grand Touring models add a pair of paddle shifters. An optional predictive intelligent all-wheel drive system sends up to half of the engine's power to the rear wheels before occupants can feel any slip, and a standard G-vectoring control system improves cornering in a way that is supposed to be totally transparent to the driver and passengers. For 2019, Mazda also says it has revised the CX-3's suspension and chassis tuning in order to improve the ride and the handling. So, what's the verdict on this collection of small and subtle mechanical updates? The CX-3 is zippy enough that most of the time you're going to be happy with the performance, and you really won't even feel the need to use the sport driving mode. The transmission does an excellent job of picking the right gear at the right time and holds lower gears to maintain speed when climbing hills. I used the paddle shifters on a twisty 2-lane road, but they weren't as satisfying as just letting the transmission's sport mode figure things out. Passing a semi-truck on a rural 2-lane road, the CX-3 tackled the task without working too hard, and there's enough power and responsiveness here to slice and dice through heavy traffic with no problem. Handling is nimble. You can take corners with some speed in this little SUV, and the steering impresses me too. The ride quality is better than it used to be, but there's still some rear end bounce and wiggle that's evident, and that's due to the solid rear axle suspension. Most people, however, are going to likely assume that that activity is due to the CX-3's athletic suspension tuning more than anything else. While running hard in the mountains, I did tax the brakes. There are a 4-wheel disc setup, but they did fade a bit, and that resulted in longer stopping distances when the brake discs were hot. Also, for the record, I got 29.2 miles per gallon on my testing loop, and the EPA estimates that a CX-3 with front-wheel drive is going to return 31 miles per gallon in combined driving. Without more power, more ground clearance, more rear seat room, and more cargo space, the Mazda CX-3's appeal is somewhat limited. Don't get me wrong though, this is one of my favorite small crossovers, especially in Grand Touring trim. But this Mazda is best for people who value style, sophistication, and on-pavement driving dynamics over utility and adventuring off the beaten path. In other words, it's the Miata of small SUVs. Be sure to read my full review of the Mazda CX-3 at CarGurus, and if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. For all of us here at CarGurus, thank you so much for watching.